Hello and welcome. It is Sunday, it is afternoon, and I've got some editing I've got to work on. And I think I've got some snacks around here. So, you know what that means. It's time for Morgan's lazy Sunday afternoon productivity stream, where sometimes we're productive and sometimes we just snack. With me today, I have my amazing co hosts, Sako Tumi and Doc Coleman. Say hello to the nice people.
Hello to the nice people.
Hello, nice people.
So, what is everybody working on today? Are you feeling lazy, productive? I mean, I know somebody's got a Kickstarter.
Yes, Kickstarter is rolling right now for the month of May. We just hit the 50% mark and passed the 1,000 mark, so I'm super hype. It's for my first graphic novel, Hotaru, which is a vampire story, so I'm super hype about it, and
Awesome.
that's what I've been up to lately.
Yeah. So, you're going to
Just
be working on
this.
marketing during the stream.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
And
Doc.
possibly watching a movie.
Ooh.
Only a little movie, right? And I am once more into the breach with edits for Kindred of Kali. We'll have to see how productive I can be because we've uh, uh we've already done a major attack at the downstairs trying to get things cleaned up, and I've spent a lot of energy on that. Now I got to see if I can put some energy into editing.
Yeah. So, how far through are you with
Oh,
Kindred of Kelly?
I'm not very. Things have been very contentious. I'm literally only in the second chapter.
Oh, wow.
Going through.
Wow.
Of course, part of that is, I mean, uh, uh last last week I was absolutely exhausted, which is why I wasn't on the stream, and then I
Yeah.
ended up having to replace my car.
Oh, whoa. I didn't even know.
Uh, yeah. Well, I guess having to is kind of probably kind of an overstatement. Basically, I found the car that I wanted to get as a replacement, but the discount that it was available on was expiring with the end of April. So I
Oh.
had to move fast in order to get everything involved. So
Yeah.
I've got a new
Yeah.
car.
Yay! I'm glad you got the car at a reasonable price. So that's
Yeah.
good. So, yay! So, how about people in the audience? How are y'all doing? How are y'all? What are y'all working on today? I am working on my space fantasy edits. I think I'm in chapter 14 or 15. I'm using a fun font rather than one of the standard ones. I'm using Quando, which makes my 350 page book look like 450, but I am on page, wait, where'd my tab go? Oh, wait, no, I'm in chapter 15 on page like 160, 165, somewhere in there. So that's what I will be working on today. And I did a short little video this week because I realized I have a problem. So I like finding the right word for the right scene. So, because I know that there's a word that means that thing I'm looking for, but it's my mom called me out for the short story I have published out there on using words that were too big, which I thought was ridiculous for a high school librarian. And then I realized maybe more often than I should, I am Googling to see if the word means what I think it means that I half remember in my head. And if I'm stretching my vocabulary, I'm probably stretching the vocabulary of 70% of my readers. And I really need to reconsider if that's the word I need to use or if it's, could come across as showing off my vocabulary or just making it too challenging for the readers. And, if
I think it depends on the narrator and
right.
or character that is speaking in that kind of
Yeah.
vocabulary.
There's definitely some characters that sort of language works for. And leaning into it then is totally appropriate.
And I was going to say, this is one of the advantages of having a character who is an absolute idiot, is that you can have other characters use these terms and then have to explain them to him so that he understands. So that lets the readers that don't know that word catch up without feeling bad about themselves. And it still lets you use those words when it's appropriate for the character.
Yeah. So like hand in hand with that, I like looking for the right word. And sometimes I'm on a page and I keep describing or talking about this one thing. And so I keep looking for synonyms. And I realized if I'm looking for more than 2 synonyms for one word, I'm probably dwelling a little too much on the one thing and should probably pick whichever description fits best and remove the rest and move on. So sometimes my pursuit of getting it just right is standing in the way of telling my story. And so I'm trying to be more cognizant of that. So that's what I'm working on today.
That is good to know about your work. Like,
Yeah,
I wonder.
I love finding the right word, but it finally sunk in like 9 months after I got this complaint from my mother that, oh, maybe finding the right word isn't the most important part. Maybe telling a good story is. And so,
telling the story comes first. As a horror writer, as a flash writer, getting the point across as quickly as possible is kind of my jam.
But also sometimes it can take 6 to 9 months for good advice to sink in and for you to contextualize where it's coming from and what it's doing for your story.
Well, but it's also the fact that finding the right word doesn't necessarily mean finding a long word or finding an obscure word. It's the right word is always the word that gets the meaning across to your reader the easiest.
Yeah. Whereas usually I'm like, oh, there's a word with that exact precise meaning. Let me go figure out which it is. But if I'm looking up words more often than once per chapter, maybe I should dial it down a little.
I don't know. I think, because it's your narrator that's talking in this vocabulary, right? So I think
she's a
kind
waitress.
of like Douglas Adams, in that the narrator is his own character, and I think you would appeal to a very specific audience. I think with that kind of language. So if this is a YA, then
this one is adult, but the main character is like we have an accountant, a stellar ship captain, and a waitress who's training to be a navigator. So they have very job specific words, but maybe not the most verbose of characters. We don't really have a professor per se,
right?
So yeah, it's just definitely something I've been thinking about the last week and really starting to get that into my writing. So popping into the comments, we have Jennifer Brown. Hello and welcome. Jennifer's coming to hang out and needs a good distraction and is happy that Doc is feeling better. So we are always happy to have you. And any other lurkers, you don't have to say hi to be welcome. You can hang out. So what do you say we do some editing?
I think that sounds great.
Okay, let's see. I have a tab somewhere.
Do something productive.
Right? Okay, it's little and it's right above me. You see the little 23. We're doing 23-minute sprints. Go get a snack or work on your project, and we'll meet back and talk about how it went in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
One more.
Sorry. No. I was actually scrolling through to see if I could get the word count of how many pages I got through.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So how was your sprint? How'd it go?
It was good.
Doc?
That's all. Okay. I was gonna let Sako wax romantic about the things that she got accomplished, but apparently she's not interested in doing that.
Would you like to wax? Or Wayne? I mean,
shameless promo Sunday. I'm just tossing out links. Just
do it. Yep.
I pathetically got through a couple paragraphs in that time, but I'm much happier with those paragraphs. Part of that was because I was also dealing with a couple friends texting me and messaging me about stuff. Like I said, we were doing a bunch of cleaning up earlier today, and we had a large cutting mat that my wife used to use for cutting out fabric for sewing up Renfest garb and such. And she's kind of at the point where she's not doing big projects like that anymore. So we want to let it go. And I had a friend who we offered it to, was interested, and was like, okay, fine. You can't pick it up today. Leave me alone. But
yeah.
So I guess I got some other stuff dealt with while trying to get into my editing. Hopefully next stream I'll do better. Next.
Yeah. Not too shabby. I got through 863 words. 1, 2, 3. About I'm gonna finish the chapter and one more page. So that'll be good. So I'm on page 165. Very exciting. So hopefully I'll make it through a few more.
So 800 some is supposed to be what, 4 pages?
Yeah. Okay. About that. So hopping into the comments, let's see. Alexis Spriggs swung by. Hello and welcome. Alexis is just a ghost hiding in the corner writing. Desdemona swung by. Hello. And Jenny, hello. And Emma, hello as well. Emma swung by to bop into boop the like button. Thank you.
Always a good thing to do.
Right. Wordsmith Sarah, hello and welcome, is lurking, and her computer is the hottest. Oh dear.
Does that mean that your
amazing.
computer is sexy, or that your computer needs lots of cooling?
I think it might need some cooling. So Jennifer is working on their latest project. Jenny got more pictures of the new grandbaby about 5 minutes ago, and is getting ready to write their Substack newsletter for the month, and then Underground Angel edits. So Desdemona is working on editing the first part of one of their novels for a critique group. And Sarah has told us it is very sad that the hot computer is not, in fact, sexy.
That is sad.
Yeah. Hot computers is why I use StreamYard and not OBS, because my computer could not handle it.
Yes, I get that. Holy cannoli. My laptop.
I was fine with OBS when I was just like streaming my video, but when I try to stream like a Zoom or like a more than one video stream, like with other people, it was like, no, thank you. You can stream or you can edit. But since I'm trying to stream editing,
you'd have to have one computer dedicated to the stream and another computer dedicated to edit.
Yeah, and that just wasn't happening. Oh dear. Sarah's computer is getting a cat hair-ectomy tonight.
Oh dear.
Legit.
I think between that and my visitor here, we've got the mandatory cat content covered.
Right. Thank you. I was worried that we weren't going to have enough mandatory cat content. Is that a ghillie?
This is Trill.
Trill. You're gonna have to give me a cheat sheet with like pictures of your cats.
Trill is big and fluffy. Gilly is small and gray.
Okay. Gilly, gray.
Gilly is gray.
They both have the is that a soft G?
No,
I think G is a soft G.
Okay.
G is a hard G.
Hard G? Okay. And J. But J sounds harder to me.
Does it?
I don't know. G.
Whether it's the front of your mouth or the back of your mouth, like
Yes, yeah.
more
Things with
aggressive than
teeth.
the other.
Things with teeth feel more aggressive to me.
But
The more teeth, the more aggressive.
oh my. Hence Catticus, right?
Yes, I have the fiercest of Catticus, although maybe not the best hunter.
Mm.
So, but he is at home and I am not. So he will not be joining us for this stream. So, oh, we might have an incoming bear. Bear attack! Bear attack! This is Pat. He's a guard bear, obviously, in honor of the coronation, I guess, yesterday. His full name is actually Cutie Patootie because he doesn't have a tail, so his pants won't stay up.
Ah.
So I had to cover his ears. I don't want him to hear me talking him. But yeah. So
I don't know if it's bad talking as much as
I think he's
calling
self-conscious
cats.
about it though.
It really depends on how embarrassed he is about the fact he goes around without pants.
You know what's funny is today I recorded myself doing one of my belly dance classes.
Oh, fun.
And like I still got my belt here from doing it earlier. And
Sure.
the leggings that I'm wearing
Uh-huh.
give me plumber's crack.
Oh, that's
Okay.
uncomfortable.
So there's a bunch of like turning around in circles and stuff like that, like in the video, and like it's just like jinglies off my belt going down my butt crack. And I was like, I can't.
Sympathy. Serious sympathy. Teddy bear sympathy.
So
Plumbers, dancers crack, I guess.
That would be a Gilly.
this is a Gilly.
Less fluffy, more gray.
Less fluffy, more gray, silver, tan. I don't know. More irritated that I have picked her up.
Yeah.
But it's usually the case of Trill will come up and lay across my chest when she wants attention, and Gilly will come up and sit on my chest when her feet are cold.
I mean, have you considered not giving her cold paws?
I don't think it's up to me.
I mean,
She's got a heating pad upstairs. She comes downstairs because we are here. So. This is true. The heating pad is not always on because that would be bad.
well, that's not
Yes.
nice of you. She needs a heating pad, and you don't have one whenever she needs it.
We haven't rigged one up with a switch where she can turn it on.
That's a problem. So, did anybody else get into a snack during that sprint? What was your sprint
tried.
snack of choice?
I tried.
No, I have not engaged the snacks yet. Although the grocery order has been placed.
Damn you!
There we go.
So
I never think of the Sunday snacks.
So does that mean the popcorn or kettle corn has met your stamp of snack approval?
It has. It has been added to the regular rotation.
Okay.
So I like the sweet and salty combo. That's why I like sweet and sour chicken, and I like pretzel sticks dipped in yogurt, not just yogurt covered pretzels. I don't mind doing it fresh with like actual yogurt instead of candy yogurt, like we do with the ones you buy in the store.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, it looks like most people are just chilling. So maybe, here we go. Jenny has a fireball jawbreakers. They are Jenny's go-to writing snacks. Legit.
Learn
I might.
something new about Ginny Noble. All
I
right.
didn't know. Fireball jawbreakers. Good to know.
Oh, I
So,
have whorehound candies. I could eat some whorehound candies.
I mean, I thought you kicked off the stream with some ice cream. What flavor was it?
I don't know. I did not. I was avoiding the ice
Oh,
cream.
okay, okay.
Because I have this bad habit of eating all the ice cream like minutes after he buys it.
I mean, my rule for any sort of snack thing is that if it's been in the house 2 weeks, it's totally up for grabs. Like, you can buy something for yourself, but if it's still there 2 weeks later, it's up for grabs.
Yeah.
So, Doc, do you have a snack?
I
opportunity?
I have some emergency fun-sized Snickers that I can deploy.
Nice. So, Emma appreciates my rule as well. Yeah. If you're hoarding chocolate or chips or something for 2 weeks and you haven't actually eaten it, so
yeah, Ginny lives alone, so it's
everything's up for grabs all the time.
See, that's how I feel about it. But Greg is like, I bought that ice cream yesterday.
Well, I was going to say, I have gone through periods of time where I have specialized in snacks that are made of things that my wife doesn't like to eat. That way I know they're always there when I want them.
Yeah. But like, let's say it's past Easter and your husband, or I guess now ex-husband, has not eaten his Christmas chocolate orange. Like, yes, I got one in my stocking, but it's been 4 months. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to like slam your chocolate orange and eat it.
Yes.
Well,
Chocolate can get bugs in it. Like if
or it gets like flaky and dry and
it's I don't think it's actually insect activity, but it's something that causes it to get a white greasy film on it and it becomes brittle.
I just thought it was the moisture like drying out.
The bloom is not actually dangerous to your chocolate, but you might enjoy your chocolate more if you melt it down and then re-solidify it before you eat it.
Yeah. So, Jennifer has a new premise idea. A teen girl gets community service at her local nursing home where she begins to be stalked. Can she discover who her stalker is and bring him to justice before things go too far?
Dun, dun, dun.
Desdemona is more of a go for a tasty drink writer. Good coffee, wine, maybe some rum and coke.
A rum and coke.
I mean, isn't the rule write drunk, edit sober?
That was a Ernest Hemingway quote. So saith the legends.
I don't usually write or edit while drunk. I am way too distractible and less focused. So, anyway, I think it's time for another sprint. What do you think?
Okay.
Probably
Back
good.
To Twitter.
So, okay.
Hi, Jen Reads Romance. Hi.
Oh, hello and welcome. We're just getting ready for another sprint and restocking of snacks. So, ready in 3, 2, 1. Boom, chakalaka laka. And we're back. So,
Woo!
whew, how was your sprint?
It had ice cream, and it had dancing, and I skimmed through and commented about my Kickstarter with all the prompts on Twitter.
Were there sprinkles on top?
No, but there was brownie batter.
Oh, okay. Well, that kind of makes up for it.
Mhm.
Oh,
How about you,
my
Doc?
my sprint was very distracted.
That was my fault.
It's I told you about we placed our grocery order to be delivered between 6 and 9, so of course they started shopping at around 5. So I had to deal with the questions from the shopper and stuff like that, and I think we missed half his questions. But so the groceries are shopped. We're just waiting for them to be delivered. No doubt within the next 2 minutes or so.
Of course. Of course.
Hilarious.
But I did manage to get some more editing done, kind of detailing out some of Miss Bang's relationships with other members of her family. So it's good stuff. It's just slow. I needed to be fast.
I
Not the
have,
book, just the editing.
Yeah.
But
is this our
he brought
second or
stats.
third sprint?
This is our second sprint.
We
So-
would be going into our third.
I get 2,400 words edited. I was
Nice.
like, I know how many I got done the first sprint, and I know where I am now. Surely I must have missed a sprint. I got through a
doing
whole other chapter and back to, I went from our alien to the cousin to the pilot chick. So I finished one chapter, made it through another, started the third. So pretty happy with that.
I remember having editing days like that, but it's like right now I've got too many comments.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I already did the line edit of this section, so mostly I'm going through and reviewing, making sure that the language is reasonable, and I do have a couple notes, but I haven't caught up to the next chunk of notes. That's not until like the climactic bit of the story where I need to do more stuff. And let me tell you, page 179 out of 450 is not where the climax of the story is.
Probably not.
I mean, if it was,
that would be way too much denouement.
Then you have or you have a fake climax.
You broke up a little. Could you say that again? You broke up.
You could have a fake climax.
Yeah.
A false climax, right?
I mean, we just had the flood, and she's about to get kicked out of the family. So I mean, it's not like nothing's happening. So yeah. Let me pop into the comments. So let's see. Greg is here. Hello and welcome. He just missed the boom chakalakas. Angela Drake, hello and welcome. Angela popped in to make the thumbs sparkle. And is in another sprint group. So creative blessings. Thank you. Desdemona says, even if she drinks while writing, Desdemona does keep the alcohol levels down very low, so they're sober writing. Sako was dancing and a drink to relax, not to get drunk. Yep.
Yes. Still cognizant of what you're writing.
Yeah. So Jenny wrote and scheduled their newsletter to go out tomorrow morning. Yay.
I hope I can see the things.
Yeah. So Desdemona is rewriting the beginning of the chapter. Greg says hi. And Holy Frijoles is Morgan and Jacob, Alexander, Scharnweber, Mr. Marston, the Red Spy, the King Red Spy X is here. Hello and welcome, Jacob.
It's
Glad
a
to have
tongue
you.
twister.
Bleh.
Say
No,
that
no,
3
no.
times fast.
I couldn't say it one time fast, so I don't
You
think I'm
couldn't
the
say
right.
it one time slow. No.
Yeah, that either.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this editing session. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'm hitting page 200 tonight, but I think I'm making some good headway.
At least you're making progress, and progress is important.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
might not be
So-
perfect, but progress.
Well, you should either feel good about the progress you're making getting through the manuscript,
Mhm.
or the quality of what you're turning out in the manuscript. You can
Wait,
get
wait.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're doing one or the other, that's good. If you're doing both, that's great. If you're
Yes.
not doing either, you need to look at your what you're doing and
Yo.
try something else.
Yeah.
So let me take a real quick moment, look at my notes, add more humor to chapter 29. Well, I'm on chapter 17. The battle action in chapter 30 was confusing. So
I love writing combat. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite. I love like horror combat.
yeah.
That mwah. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've ever had this discussion about combat. What is it that you love about writing combat?
I grew up doing martial arts, and I can apply a lot of that knowledge to my, and I also role play.
Okay.
By a lot too, so I can combine those skills, and I have been in fights. I have been in enough combat to be able to speak from my experiences.
No, I just find it interesting because when I'm writing a first draft and I'm behind on words, somebody comes in and gets aggressive. We do a fight scene, and the words just fly.
Yeah, exactly.
It might just be all those short sentences to keep the pace up and to keep the excitement up, but it just does amazing things for especially when you're doing something because this part of the scene is getting a little bit boring. Let's bring in 2 men with guns and see what happens.
So the way that I deal with writer's block is I ask myself, what is the worst possible thing that can happen in this moment? And I determine what could possibly be the worst situation that I could put them in, and I'm just like flying after that. Like, and conflict is often the point.
Yeah.
I am working on notes that say, hey, you were about to have conflict and then you made everything work out. Stop doing that.
There should be a fight from beginning to end.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You have to know when's the right time to avoid conflict and when's the right time to dig into it. It's a lot like being a Klingon commander.
Right.
My third plot point, like they have to have like gone through their transformation already, and like I give them the worst possible situation in which that for them to react and then also act.
Yeah.
You know, so I love it.
Yeah. I'm not being nice to my characters. I'm just not being as mean as I could be.
You know, like you have too many feels for your characters, I
I
think.
mean,
Like,
also sometimes if all they do is running to issues getting from point A to point B, the story gets so long and we never get anywhere.
You can just leave everything there. That's fine.
So,
Just
well, somebody has groceries. So how about we do a sprint?
Yes, I have groceries. Sorry about that.
So, and I see Jacob is getting a black and blue, dark blue Hoover. So, yay.
nice.
Good for that. Okay, so let's see. Where'd my timer window go? Oh, I found it. Excellent. So, okay. Let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Chaka laka laka. And we're back. Cool. Oh, Jenny headed out. Sorry, I missed that. I was editing. So how was y'all sprint?
Twitter.
Twitter. Groceries got brought in. All the important things were there, so that was a win. It took about half my sprint, but I got to sit down and do some more editing. But it's funny. One of those moments when you find out it's like, I thought I explained this. It's like, no, I didn't really explain this at all, did I? Yeah. Dealing with some of that stuff, some of Miss Bang's backstory. So
yeah, I hear you.
But,
oh my goodness!
But
how many followers do I have? I don't know. Profile. I have 219 people following me on Twitter.
Okay.
And they're all from different circles.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird.
No, the weird thing is when it's like you're looking at these people and you say, oh, they're from different circles, and then you start seeing that they're friending each other, and it's like, wait, are they doing this because of me, or do they actually intersect somewhere and know each other?
Yeah. So I got another 2,000 and change words done. I'm up to page 194.
Jeez,
hey,
you
might
fire.
You might actually crack 200 before the stream is done.
I mean, we're gonna have to do a short sprint, but yeah, it could happen.
It could happen.
Kind of exciting. So, and I see that Doc had a successful grocery mission.
Yep.
Yay!
Do we want to take a minute to talk about how this looks like the 90s drink cups?
Yes.
Paper cups?
Yes.
It's actually made out of them. No.
It's pretty soft. It's not made out of wax paper, I can tell you that much. So, did anybody else like to draw patterns in the wax with their nails?
I never had nails.
On paper cups?
I always bit my nails, but even a little stub was usually enough to or a pencil. Or your teeth.
Never with my teeth.
I totally never chewed the wax out of the ringer at the top.
Okay.
Just me. Okay.
Just you.
I just denied it. Did you not hear the denial?
I cannot relate to these experiences that you tell me of.
Yeah. So are you up to chapter 3 yet? Or did you finish the page? I know it's been a little slow getting warmed up.
I'm not looking at them in pages. I am getting close to the end of the chapter though.
Okay. I track my editing usually by pages, not words. So
see, I do. I'll do it in a continuous stream, so it's just words.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just know a good hour's 10 pages per hour, and a great hour is faster than that.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go more than double that, I'm not sure it's close editing rather than skim editing. And, sometimes I spend 90 minutes on a paragraph. So, yeah. Let's see. Popping into the comments, Desdemona got distracted by Discord conversations. Didn't get too far, but that happens to all of us. I mean, come on.
So you let those Discord people in, and they'll just take up all your time. No.
A lot of the Discord people I also have other platforms shared with, and they could get to me other ways. It's not Discord's fault. That's just the platform they chose to use.
Yeah.
Discord is probably the most reliable way to get a hold of me.
Good
Really?
to know, because I totally don't use that.
Well,
I mean,
Facebook,
yeah.
Facebook is just as good.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because for me, I'm just on so many channels and things, unless it's a direct message or you at me, I might miss it. On
Yes,
Discord.
that is me at all the
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
I try to keep up, and some weeks I'm better than others, and some weeks I right click and click mark as read for an entire server. Just
Yeah.
you know, I've acknowledged I'm not going to be able to keep up with every conversation, and I will pop in and keep up when I can, and I'm not going to stress myself out the rest of the time because
What's the point?
yeah, I'm doing this to connect, not to add another thing to my massive daily to-do list.
Just because you're connecting doesn't mean that that becomes an obligation for you to read every message. So
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I try, but
it's kind of like
there's
the Maryland NaNoWriMo group, and it's like for 11 months, it's like, and it's like, oh wait, it's the end of October. All right, Marco is read. Now I get to look at all the new NaNoWriMos.
yeah. So yeah, it happens. Or, occasionally on some of the channels, one or two people will be discussing a plot issue or what have you, and they'll have had, 12 pages worth of conversation in one afternoon. And you get back after work and you're like, what is this? So anyway, we have 7 minutes. And
Do we just want to chat for the rest of the 7 minutes rather than trying to do the tiniest of sprints?
Or getting Morgan to page 200?
So what page are you on now, Morgan?
94 and a half. 194 and a half.
That's going to take more than 7 minutes, isn't it?
It's going to take more than 7 minutes. You're right. Let's just chat. Yeah. It's not happening.
We are confident that you will finish it up before the evening is over. So,
okay, you're more confident than I am, but it could happen. It could happen. Also, let me just check one thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it is still the same chapter, so it's not like I'd be okay. I just started a new chapter like a page and a half ago, so. And I cut words from the main character who has way too many words as opposed to the other point of view characters, so I'm not feeling bad about that.
I cut a bunch of words, but my manuscript is still growing.
I mean,
yeah.
I get friend requests from the most random people sometimes.
Yeah, I've definitely been there.
I have a page that they can like. They don't need to go after my personal account.
Yeah. Sometimes people are weird, so it's a problem.
Only sometimes. No.
I mean, some people are weird in ways that don't cross my boundaries, and sometimes they're weird in ways that make me uncomfortable.
This is true.
So I prefer people who respect boundaries and things and stuff. So, Allie, Alexis followed me. Thank you and welcome. I should do my thank you and welcome to all of my followers. So, there's a bunch of you. So many people. I'm not going to read them aloud. I'm going to let them scroll. So, what are y'all up to this coming week, other than Kickstarter World?
Birthday World.
Oh, Birthday World. Am I ahead of you or behind you? Are you catching up to me?
I don't remember.
Me neither.
I don't remember your birthday.
I'm an August baby.
I'm a May baby.
Yeah, obviously. Your birthday. I figured that one out. So.
May 82.
So I will be catching up to you.
Hmm.
So
And I will be way out ahead of both of you.
I mean, we're
I'm the
catching up.
middle child.
We're catching up as quick as we can, one day at a time.
One day at a time.
So, oh yay! Sarah picked up some more words for a freelance and has red lines. Dun dun dun.
I hate red lines.
I mean,
That you have to like add to the dictionary, like names. Really.
When you
Really
we have things which are unusually spelled.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah.
did I tell you my secret for doing it using voice to text when you have words it doesn't recognize? Is I give them names and names that it can recognize, so I can go back and replace them
Okay.
rather than having it butcher it into like 3 different words. That's ridiculous. And Sarah said, no, it's not that type of red line. It's the editing red line. Somebody took red pen to her.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because it's for freelance, and they're like, hey, we wanted to say more like this. So
Yeah. I just go ahead and type the names in. I don't try to do voice to text because I'm afraid that if I use a substitute name, I will forget it, or I will accidentally not select something that has the substitute name when I go to do the find and replace.
Oh dear.
And it will haunt me to the end of my days.
Dun dun dun.
We're doing great for all these chapters, and then this guy named Dave shows up. Who the is Dave?
I mean, Dave is a jerk, is what I've heard. I've heard Dave is a total jerk.
Mm-hmm.
Dave is my dad.
I mean, I'm sure he's usually cool, but he probably has his moments.
He has his moments.
Yeah.
Oh man, I turned my nail.
Oh, okay. So we are at 6:28. Do we want to tell people who we are, where they can find us, and what we're doing next?
What are we doing next?
Yeah.
I think BaltCon is next.
Yeah, all 3 of us live in person, and I think we might have a parlor this year where people can like sit in the room with us and like round table that stuff.
We're supposed to be, and we're like not going to have random people walking through the room and making noise. That would be great.
We're not going to be squatting in the lobby.
Yeah.
So, kind of excited.
That would be so great for BaltCon, yes.
Right. So yeah, they finally got their emails out to panelists, and they're putting the panels and scheduled together. They're working on that this weekend, and hopefully they make it as far as they plan to this week, and we can start getting things really put together. It's very exciting.
Yeah, that reminds me. I need to go look at the schedule and sign up for panels. So
you need to look at the schedule and sign up for panels. So I need to get this story edited before BaltCon. I've got 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But 3 very busy weeks. So, okay. Well, let's do our outros. Was that your outro? Did you want to say anything else, Sako?
I wanted to say you can Google me at Sako Tumi or Sako Studios. You can Google either of those titles and you will find me. You will.
Yay.
I am most reliably contacted on Discord or Facebook, but Twitter, Instagram, places like that work as well.
And people should look for your Kickstarter and support it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We reached the halfway point, so I'm hoping to get fully funded by my birthday, which is Monday the 15th. So I'm just trudging along, marketing wise.
And if it's not in your budget, let your friends know about it so they can get it for you.
Exactly.
So if they go to Kickstarter and they just search for Sako Tumi, they'll find it?
I think you're better off looking for Sako Studios.
Search for Psycho Sako on Kickstarter.
On Kickstarter.
Find the campaign and back it. Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Graphic
Doc,
novel for Sako.
how about you, Doc?
Okay. If you're interested in me and my writing, you can go to your favorite search engine and search for Doc Coleman Steampunk, and that will take you to my website at doccoleman.com. It'll also take you to my Amazon author page, where you can look at previews of some of my works. And if you want to have a more personal, immediate experience, then you can go to Balticon this Memorial Day weekend, because I will be there, and Morgan will be there, and Sako will be there, and you can see us doing this show there. Which, if you didn't realize that, you weren't listening to the last 5 minutes of this conversation.
Pretty much. Baltimore, Maryland, Baltimore
Yep.
Renaissance Harbor Place Hotel, Memorial Day weekend, last weekend of May. It's early this year. It's like the 26th through 30th. It doesn't even cross over to June.
Yeah, well, I don't think it, since the last day is always Memorial Day, and that's always in May. It never does
You're
cross
right.
over to June. However,
right.
the leave that we take afterwards to recover from the con, that can cross over to June off.
I mean, it can cross over to July. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
So, okay. And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I am an actively queering fantasy author. I've got one short story out there, Just a Hike in the Woods, over on Dark Recesses webzine. And it's from like January of 2022, if you're looking in the archives. And I blog, vlog, and podcast, writing tips from the pros, and of course, my own writerly musings. This week, I was sharing notes from a convention a while back, talking about bystander intervention and just ways to step in when things are getting out of hand. And I was talking about editing, some editing tips that are maybe less mainstream than what you normally see. So yeah, we talked about it at the beginning of the stream. One of them is, me maybe not looking for the right word, but instead the accessible word. So have a great week. Work on your stuff or not, eat snacks, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.